Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a very much requested video about things that I have manifested, which is so exciting. I wanted to be in a better mood when I did this video because like things that are like happy and exciting. And I'm finally in the mood to do it. So here we go. I guess I should have made a little bit of a list to do this, but did not do that. Completely breezed over that, but it's fine. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind, okay, so also a little bit of background in case we forgot. So I started manifesting actively like maybe like a year ago. And I was doing law of attraction stuff. I was out here doing 369. I was doing all that. And like I've mentioned, some of those things did work, but it's because I assumed they were going to. Like, I wasn't counting on the method to make it happen. I was just like, this is going to speed up the process. Like, I already knew these things were going to happen. So it was fine. But, and then I started using the law of assumption over the summer. I want to say in maybe June, July, not that long ago. But since then I've seen a lot more movement with my stuff, either things fully coming to life or just movement that I hadn't seen in months of using the law of attraction. But there are also other things that I wanted to mention that I kind of subconsciously manifested, like things that I wanted for myself, but I assumed I was going to get it. And I didn't really know anything about manifesting or anything like that. But I was still very much operating under the law of assumption, like knowing this thing is going to happen. And the first one of those events was a few years ago, like well, actually, I don't know. It was even before that. It was several years ago now. But when I first started college, I studied journalism. And so, I am also getting over a cold, so ew. But anyway, yeah, so I study journalism, or I'm about to finish my journalism degree actually. But anyways, when I first started going to college, there was a local TV station that I knew that I wanted to intern at. And I said the exact year, the exact semester. I was like, okay, so I started college back in 2016. And I said the exact year, the exact semester, the exact station, and I knew. I was like, okay, well, I know that's my internship. I know that's when I'm getting it and whatever. And it was fall of 2018 was my goal to get this internship at this station. And I had applied to several stations the year before. Like in 2017, I had applied to some. Spring of 2018, I applied to some, and I would get really good interviews, but there would always be something like, oh, well, you're not a senior, so we can't give you the internship, or oh, this doesn't work out with your schedule, so you can't get this internship. Like, there was always something that was getting in the way of it. And those are maybe just mental blocks at the time because I was so set on that semester and that time and that station. And eventually I got the interview and I was at that internship in fall of 2018 at that station. And that was like the first big thing that I manifested, I think, because I had it set in my mind for so long. It was literally like 2 years that I was like convinced that this was what I was gonna do at that time. And it worked out. It worked. It definitely happened. The internship wasn't the best experience, but it happened. I got exactly what I wanted. So in that way, I can't really complain. There's a lot of other random things that I've manifested. Text messages being probably the most common. Actually, I recently manifested an apology from somebody. And these were kind of unintentional. Like, so there's been times that I have manifested a text from people, like actually wanting to be like, okay, this person is going to text me and they will say this and whatever. Or in general, they'll just text me and like, that's what it is. And every time that I've actively done that, the first time I did that was like, maybe a year ago. And that's when I was doing the 369 method. And I was like, this person is going to message me and like whatever. And I was writing it down, but I knew it was going to happen. Like I knew it, like whether or not I did the 369 method, I knew this thing was going to happen. I just wanted to do it because I was like, oh, well, this is what TikTok told me I had to do to manifest. So like, I have to write it down. And like, obviously that's not true, but like, I knew that this thing was going to happen. And literally the next day, he messaged me and like, whatever. So there was that. I've manifested negative things too. so this kind of gets into like everyone is you pushed out, but I guess we can talk about it. So that message was from a guy that I really liked at the time and like whatever, but I I would say things to him like, I don't know how I would even say it, but it was basically like I was under the impression that I really liked him, but he was going to be scared to kind of let himself feel those emotions for me too. Like he was gonna know that they were there, but he was gonna bury them because he didn't want to show me those emotions. And I would think that all the time, and I would say that to him, like, I literally like you so much, but you're just so scared to say that you like me back. Like you just like, you'll never show me that side of you, blah blah blah. And he didn't. He absolutely never did. And like that is like a perfect example of everyone is you pushed out, which I could make another video about. Like I know that if I wanted to correct the situation, I could, but I don't feel the need. But like that's the perfect example. Like you manifest good things, you manifest bad things based on your assumptions. Like that whole scenario for both of us was like a total like encapsulation of that. But yeah, like that's kind of really funny now. It's funny now. A year ago I was probably crying about it, but it's fine. But yeah, so there's things like that, like different text messages, or I'll randomly, it's been happening a lot lately actually, like I'll randomly think about somebody, like somebody that I haven't talked to in years, some people I haven't talked to in months, some people whatever, and I'll randomly, like something will remind me of them, and I'll kind of think about them like briefly, just be like, oh, I wonder how they're doing, and then like go about my day. And like that later that day or the next day I'll get a text from them like randomly being like, oh, I know it's been a minute, but like how have you been? And I'm like, oh well, that's kind of weird. Okay, so this one was a while ago. It was actually back when I was in high school, like my sophomore year of high school. I convinced myself that I was going to be the valedictorian when I graduated, and I also convinced myself that because I was going to be valedictorian, I was going to have this really pretty photo shoot on the beach by my house, and I had this dress picked out that I was gonna wear. It was like this navy blue, like off the shoulder, like really flowy, and this was literally like my sophomore year of high school, and this was like it. This was decided. That's exactly what happened. When I graduated, I was valedictorian. Maybe I'll insert maybe I'll insert one of my senior photos here that was from that photo shoot on the beach. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. That's kind of weird. No, I want to put it here. Ew. Anyways, yeah, so that was those are like the first kind of things that I manifested, were like very goal related. But yeah, as far as this year, it's been a lot of text messages. I manifested somebody driving like 2 hours to come see me. Oh yeah, and then I think earlier I said recently I manifested an apology from somebody kind of on accident. This was a guy I was briefly talking to earlier this year. He was really shitty at the end. It was trash. And whatever, like we hadn't talked since like May of this year. And I want to say maybe like a month ago. So hadn't talked at all, like unfollowed each other on all socials. Like I'm pretty sure he thought that I had his number blocked. Like it was bad. And anyways, so maybe like a month ago or something, I was like literally hanging up laundry. Like I was folding up and hanging up laundry, and I literally don't know what made me think about him, but I was like, wouldn't that be so I was like, wouldn't that be so crazy if you like apologized like out of the blue? And I mean, it was literally like such a fleeting thought. Like I completely forgot about it. But I very briefly had that thought, and I kind of like was like thinking like, oh, how funny like would that be? And I went about my day, and maybe like a week max later, he randomly texted me, and he was like, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry for everything that I did. Like, you were nothing but great to me. I don't know why I put you through that, all this stuff. And I was like, literally what? Like, what? Like, never in my life did I expect, again, this had been maybe like 4 or 5 months after we stopped talking. Yeah, very weird. And it wasn't even like a major like relationship in my life. Like we weren't ever together. Like we were just getting to know each other. I think we maybe talked for like a month-ish before we completely stopped talking. So it wasn't like we were a major factor in each other's lives at all. So it was just really random. That was kind of an unintentional thing. But yeah, it's mainly been text messages and stuff like that I manifested. Ooh, also weight loss I've manifested. I've manifested in general weight loss. I I want to say, so there was a stretch in like July that I don't remember how many, I think I lost like 12 or 15 pounds within like the first half of July or something. And I wasn't even working out. Like I really enjoy working out. Like I love it. It's like very much like, it just like resets my mind. But anyways, I wasn't even working out. I wasn't totally eating that great. And I was like, no, I'm losing weight. And whenever I'm eating something really like shitty or like I know I shouldn't be eating, I always affirm like, I can always eat whatever I want. I never gain weight and like whatever. And there's been other stretches too throughout the summer where I was eating like absolute shit because I would have family in town or friends in town or whatever. And we would just be, you know, going out to eat, doing stuff that I shouldn't be eating and blah, blah, blah. And I would weigh myself like maybe a week after, like a week straight of like just shitty eating. And the number would be the exact same. And I would be like, see, whenever I eat things that I know I shouldn't be eating, it doesn't matter because I never gain any weight. Well, it does matter because I should be healthy, but like I don't gain weight. So it's fine. But yeah, things like that have been really easy for me to manifest, or I'll just affirm different things too, like with working out. Like I enjoy working out and I know that I should do it, but also there are days where I'm just like, no. So I have affirmed like, you know, it's so easy for me to make working out part of my schedule. Like it's easy for me to be motivated to work out. Like I always have great workouts. I always burn so many calories during my workouts. And I shit you not, like my workouts, I was burnt, like I have an Apple Watch, so I track my calories during my workouts and stuff. And I was burning like 200 to 300 more calories like after I started affirming things like that. It's all just a mindset thing. I'm trying to think. Okay, so the biggest thing though that I manifested this year was literally this channel. So back in like June, I believe it was June that I first started really getting into like the law of assumption and like learning about it and stuff like that. And I was watching, well, kind of started on TikTok and then I like wanted to learn more about it. So I came on YouTube and I was searching up like law of assumption, like what is the law of assumption and all of that. And I was watching a lot of these videos and I was like, I feel like I could do that. Like, I feel like that could be me. Like I feel like I'm good at explaining things. I feel like as I manifest more and I learn more about it, like I'll feel confident in being able to help other people. So whether that's just making videos or whether that's like coaching and stuff too, like I feel like I can do that. And so in June, I started really like, I was making a list of video ideas on my phone and I have that huge list and I'm adding to it all the time. But I started making the list and I made a huge list one day of just videos that I wanted to make and like manifestation videos that I wanted to make. And I was just like, okay, like I don't think now is the right time, but I know that when I am able to start my channel, I know that I'm going to really be able to help people and I know that it's going to reach a lot of people. And I would have to put up, maybe, I think I do have screenshots of like just some of like my YouTube analytics or like metrics or whatever the fuck. And I've had a lot of comments about it too, where like people will either find me from here on YouTube or like from TikTok, where I posted like one law of assumption video and I was kind of getting questions about it. So I was making more TikTok videos. And then the more that I saw people asking me about it, I was like, well, I'm just going to make a YouTube channel because this is what I've been wanting to do anyways. And yeah, then I made the YouTube channel, and honestly a lot of my audience, at least according to like the YouTube information that I get, a lot of my audience is not from TikTok at all. It's from people like from like the search engine and stuff. So it's literally like a lot of organic viewers that I get here on YouTube, which is super cool. But yeah, I was just always affirming that like I gain so many new subscribers every day. Like I always have so many nice comments. Like it's easy for people to understand what I'm trying to teach. Like anybody that watches my videos is always a great manifester. They always get what they're manifesting so quickly. Like these are all affirmations that I say all the time or think all the time or whatever. And so these are things I was affirming before the channel existed, before I even made my first TikTok video that gained like a little bit of traction and like, yeah, it's all happened. I mean, it's all still happening, but like, my channel has been growing really quickly. And like I said, I get comments about that being like, oh my God, like how is your channel growing so fast? Like blah, blah, blah. And like, I mean, I know I'm affirming, but like, it's so crazy to me. Like within my first, I think maybe like 2 weeks or something, I had 3,000 subscribers. I could be wrong. I know that I'm close to 5 right now as I'm recording this. I believe I'm just under 5,000. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was my goal, to be able to, my first goal was 1,000. And I reached that pretty quickly. I want to say within the first week or 2 weeks. Like, what? And same thing with TikTok. Like, I wanted to manifest like a bunch of followers on there. And I don't have like a bunch, but like I've reached the milestones that I've manifested for myself. So it's just a matter of like raising those milestones. But yeah, and I just different things too. Like, I want to be able to make a YouTube channel and like have like Google AdSense be a thing like that I'm able to earn from, and all of that. And all of that has been happening. And like, that's why it's so cool. Like, this is so cool. Like, I love helping people, and like being able to do it with this and like have like super cool people is like the best thing ever. And then also like with email clients too, like I wasn't sure that I wanted to do that. And I wasn't also sure when I wanted to do that. Like, I was like, okay, when I reach 1,000 subscribers, then I'll like open it up. And then like the 1,000 subscribers happened really fast. And I was like, I don't know that I'm like ready for this. Like, I don't know that people would be interested in this or whatever. And then I was like, no, I'm going to turn that around and be like, okay, I know that when I open up my coaching, I know that people are going to want to, you know, like sign up for it with me and stuff, because I know that I can really help them. And that's exactly what's been happening. So thank you to all of you because it's been really cool, and it's really exciting. And that's the biggest thing that I manifested this year, or just recently at all, because it all happened really quickly. Like, I went from being unsure that it was something I should do, but I was kind of affirming for it anyways. And then by the time I started it, it was just like it already existed, because I'd already been affirming for it. Like, it was weird. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure there are other things. Like I said, there are usually other like random things. Well, I just thought there was a package that I was getting from Switzerland or New Zealand or something. I live in California, and there was a package that I was supposed to be getting from New Zealand or something like that. And I had ordered it on like a Tuesday, and it wasn't supposed to get here until like the following Wednesday or Thursday. And I was like, no, it's getting here this Thursday. Like 2 days from now, it's getting here. And it wasn't like Amazon or anything. It was like from a small business. And yeah, it said like, oh, like it'll be here in like 10 days or whatever it was. And I was like, no, it'll be here in 2 days. It was here in 2 days. Like, it arrived in 2 days. Like, you know, so there's a lot of random things. There's a lot of bigger things. Of course, there's always things that I'm still manifesting, but, yeah, you guys wanted to know some things. Those are some things. And if you have any success stories, which I'm sure you do, please comment below, because it's always encouraging to hear success stories, but also to read about them. Also, if you guys ever have stories you want me to share, that'd be cool, kind of cool too, to share those. Or you could just comment it. It doesn't matter. But it's just encouraging to hear. And yeah. So I think that is going to be it for this video. Remember that your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. And like I said, I do offer coaching, so all the information about that is in the description. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.